Alright, let me record this and I'll get back to you and let you know what's going on. You got it. Alright, bye.
Lakewood Harbor Board Meeting, September 18th, 10 a.m., now in session. Time is 9:59. Got some announcements we'll start with. Those of you know already that we had some vending machines put in the laundry room. They are owned and operated by third-party vendors. That is not making Lakewood Harbor any money. They're just there for your convenience. There's been some discussion or worry on the tractor and backhoe not being compatible. Well, the sellers have used them together for many years by using the counterweight on the front of the tractor. So there's no reason it shouldn't work the same for us. Third word. Last time we talked about maybe putting the gate across the main entrance. One of our property owners took the bull by the horns and checked with the Corps of Engineers on that. And what they need is, they need signs on it to show when it will be open and closed. They require it to be open at 6 a.m. with a phone number for access. If anybody wants to call the Corps of Engineers themselves, I have a phone number. Secondly, there was also discussion about removing dead wood and driftwood from Corps of Engineer land. But technically, that's not our authority to grant. And Corps of Engineers typically frown on that. But they'll take it on a case-by-case basis. So you can call them if you want the wood, and they'll send somebody out here to observe the process. And finally, everybody knows by now about the new fire department. They are having an annual meeting on September 27th at 7 p.m. It's going to be a dinner, it's potluck, everybody brings something. The dues can be paid at that time. $50 for new members and $50 for current members. That concludes our announcements. So let's take a look at the minutes. Does anybody have a reason to amend the minutes from August? Are they look good to everybody?
When I was typing up the minutes, I noted that originally, when we talked about changing the office hours, the motion was made to approve those from 9 o'clock until 1 o'clock, and I think I should meant to say 2 o'clock. And so I made a notation that has been corrected to 9 to 2. But do we need to formally make a motion to correct what was actually said in the previous minute?
I need to make a motion to accept the corrections.
Right, exactly.
Right. Just accept the corrections that are made in the minutes.
So I would like to make that motion that we accept those corrections instead of 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock on Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock. It should read 9 o'clock to 2 o'clock.
Except for Friday.
Except for Friday, which is 2 o'clock to 7 o'clock, and that is so stated in the August minutes.
Okay. Is there a second? All in favor? No opposed. Okay, the treasurer's report, /collections report, please.
Yes. The treasury report, you'll notice that on the office supplies, we kind of went over. Usually don't go over that much, but we kind of went over this time. The reason for that is because there were several properties in McIntosh County that we didn't know about, that the taxes that we paid on properties that we accrued. And we got a bill from McIntosh County and had to pay those taxes. And that was in the amount of $334.33.
That was an office supply?
That was, well, that's under office, and I don't know what should have been office supplies, but it should have been more under collections, I guess. But anyway, just want to make a clarification why that's so high.
Okay, that sounds like something that needs to be straightened out and looked into.
Yes. Yeah.
Any other irregularities? See, the earlier meetings, it was pretty.
Yes. I guess in the office also, we had, we had to pay $117 in postage for, sending out these collection letters, statements for the month. That's how many people we have that are still have not paid their assessments. That's a lot. What, 59 cents a piece, whatever the next stamps are now.
Is there a list of them?
Well, that list of it we've had out for the past 2 meetings, that's 6 pages long. So yes, we have a list.
It's been suggested that we post that list. I'll get to that later.
Yeah, okay. And then maintenance, because we bought those steel doors, there's several things that we've purchased. That and the gravel, but that's for this for last, yeah, for August.
The maintenance,
Excuse me?
the purchase of the doors.
Would be in maintenance, would be in the
That would be maintenance supply.
equipment.
Maintenance budget.
Budget is what I'm saying, maintenance budget.
Maintenance budget.
Maintenance budget, yes,
Pre-allocated number.
right. But it's still gonna make it go over, because we have allocations of a certain amount, our budget is a certain amount, and we want over, so.
And the water bill was,
And our water bill last month on the north side went up $100 because we found out somebody's filling their swimming pool with the water from the north bathhouse.
Can we prove it?
Yes, we can prove it. We have proof that somebody is
So
filling.
we don't have pictures, but
We have
I was a witness.
we have a witness that saw the hose running from the bathhouse into their swimming pool.
and two witnesses.
So there will be a bill going out for that amount.
On the size of the pool, we can calculate how many gallons.
I know exactly how many gallons, I know how big the pool is. So, yes. Water is to fill up your water tanks and clean out your, honey pots and the dump station, not for filling swimming pools.
So, I have a question. The water bill, is it for both sides?
No.
Oh,
The Victor water bill,
yeah, what's it under?
it's under Victor. It was $788 or $768. Just a minute. It's Victor,
What page is that on?
I'm looking. It's on page, the second page, on 815, was, well, $389.95. That was last month. This month is double that.
That's what
Oh, look, it is, from what this is, because I just saw it this last month's, this month's bill. So, yeah, it's been done often. So, they're having at least 2,700 gallons going to that pool.
And you did talk to Victor to see.
Yes, I called the utility company yesterday and talked to them and asked them, and he even made a comment that our bill had gone up quite a much, what it did last month. So,
So that needs to be addressed.
yes,
Send another bill.
yes,
So there'll be a letter that will go out to that property owner with
With the bill.
Just out of curiosity, is that property owner who filled their pool current on their system?
no, sir, they are not.
So additionally, we have the issue that someone used their card to allow them to do so.
Exactly.
Can we view the cameras, since we have two witnesses, can we view the cameras for that particular time to see who allowed them to do that?
Yes, we can, and yes, we will.
Send that
We
bill.
will do that.
Well, their cards will certainly be revoked per our appropriate
We will be
policy.
able to check whose card was used at that time. And anytime anybody sees something like that, we need to, my suggestion was, is go in and turn the water off immediately.
I did that.
And,
And then later today, they were happy.
yeah, so knowing that they're not supposed to do that, that's not what the water's for. The water is so we can sustain ourselves, not fill up a swimming pool.
Is there anything more to the treasurer's report or collections report?
Not at this time.
We'll go to the meeting. What you got?
Okay, I have to replace 2 hot water heaters on the north side. And I reversed the door on the laundry room and put a metal door on there, so we can do the main thing. And if we need, all that, we try and get mowing done across the around here, and, basically, that's about it.
Last time we talked about the possibility of those 12-volt solar ones being returned. Did you check on that?
I didn't, Deanna did, so I don't know what the outcome on that was.
She does all of the,
Yeah, returns and stuff
all
like
the
that.
returning stuff,
I think she's keeping stock, but we can't use it, so, unless we get, silver, little, what do you call it, Sherry? What do you call those little, thing for doorbells,
For the doorbell, this is the, now you got me stumped.
yeah. Unless we get something to drop it down from 120 to, 12 transfer.
Transformer, yeah.
So that's about it.
Do you know about the locking septic tank when you put them on site?
Deanne checked on that. She's waiting on, if you guys doing a lot of work for the, schools, so she's waiting to hear back from them.
The form has been poured, right? You got it ready to go.
Yes, it's ready to go.
It's my understanding he estimated that it will probably be October before he's finished with the school project, before he can start on this course.
Right.
Last time we got some steel doors for a bathhouse.
Yeah.
Did you get those installed?
I got one, I put one on the laundry room, if we needed one back. I still got one more to put up.
So we'll need another one because
We
when you
need-
put in the laundry room, it's supposed to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
If I remember right, the cost for that steel door is $189, so I guess we need to put another $189 for another door.
Yes.
Yes, unless we're just gonna try one for now. And then do another one later on.
Well, how is it working on the laundry door?
It's working fine. If they quit turning my, door closure right away, quit turning that down.
The door closure?
Yeah, the automatic closure that automatic closes it. They quit
Because
turning
they're
that
not
down.
leaving it open for air.
Yeah.
But I did get some response on the fact that we are leaving the AC on now,
Kind
and
of
people
turning
were
down
saying
from the
that
blue frame.
for some expense, I mean, they can't, it wouldn't be 100 degrees in there when they were trying to do their laundry.
I think it should be acceptable to have the air left on so that it is equivalent.
Do we have a ceiling fan in there?
No.
We probably should put, that would also help circulate the air. And put a,
There's something optimistic.
Yeah, they do.
I hope not.
Those dryers generate a lot of heat, even if they are ducted out, some of it radiates.
Right.
Oh, well,
And we can't open the windows anymore.
the addition of the ceiling fan would help, again, to circulate the air so that it would not require so much air conditioning.
Is there an existing air conditioner already going there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
There's 2 of them.
that was offices before, development or national, whatever, it was offices.
How involved would it be to just open one of those?
They're open.
now.
They are.
That's what I was saying, people are thanking us for having them open now so they can actually do the laundry without having to go sit in their car.
But there's no thermostat in there, all you get is stuff.
Right,
Yeah.
is what we have, yeah, and we do turn it up at night till about 78, or when she leaves, something, out of here. But that's better than it was. Still
Right.
got some air in there.
And apparently we need some stronger magnets for the bathhouse doors.
Yeah.
So, let's check our source. We've got these door magnets and see what they have in the way of stronger ones. Would you check on that for us?
And with the combination of the two steel doors that we're kind of experimenting to see how well they work, the combination of the steel door coupled with the stronger magnet, excuse me, do you think that that will prevent the doors from being forced open?
I would say yes, but there's always around it.
Yeah.
We have people who are
Yeah.
not honest to us. I mean, like the incident we had this last week with bathrooms.
Yeah.
Doors torn up and lights torn down and it's crazy.
And the sad thing is, if it is people who are actually paying their assessments, they're stealing them themselves.
Alright.
Could you speak to that, Sherry, and share for property owners who may be watching or listening, what happened when that happened and what's going to be required to fix it?
Well, Warren would be more than I do, but that's, I mean, I know the toilet seats had to be replaced,
Yes.
the light fixture was torn down,
Yeah.
both door handles were ripped off,
Yeah.
the door, was that man and women's?
And go magnet.
And the door magnet was broken.
And we know how many people were involved in this?
We showed 6 people on the camera that were involved. We will be posting those pictures to see if anybody knows who those 6 people are, so we can ask them questions that had gone into the bathhouse in that time frame.
Okay, we invited Courtney back to, account for the fundraising Memorial Day this year.
Yes.
Courtney, are you here? I got your list on the fundraising that you posted on Facebook. And when I'm adding these numbers up, I'm not getting these same numbers. If you take,
Because I've had multiple people add it up.
well, because you have $1,140, which I get, as total funds raised. But then I have, the money raised for the, everything you're taking on. I need mine, I guess I'll place on, but let's go, leave those two that you got
Okay,
there.
is this what you need here?
Yeah. I'll do that one here. Okay, so with the, dump tank, the food, the raffle items, and the swing set, if you list all those things and subtract them from 1140, I come up with $570.85 negative.
Yeah, we were essentially all in the negative when you take into consideration having to do advertisement for the event because nobody knew where Oakland Harbor was, to bring into the effect of what Anthony spent going down to Dallas, because let's be honest, the board wouldn't have paid for fuel in the first place. And a whole bunch of other things, then yes, we would have came out negative, but we did not factor that in.
Do we have, receipts for the raffle items that are purchased?
Yeah, I've got my receipts.
Okay, and the swing set, I'm kind of concerned about the swing set because I'm hearing different things. On the swing set, it shows $750 that we processed for the swing set.
It
But
cost you.
it cost the fundraising committee for $750. But then I have people who I'm hearing that said that was donated to Oakland Harbor
No,
for free.
but please tell me who's informing you.
I'm one of them. I'm going to sit right over here and say that we donated, you all paid to go down there to get it. And
Yeah, I paid the lady, would you like to see the fucking conversation?
Well, we don't have to get nasty, but I will say this. We would like to see receipts for everything these fundraisers are doing.
Well, legally, I do not have to bring the receipts to you guys because this was not paid for a sponsor. No, it is not.
Well,
No, I do not.
you're placing this stuff on Oakwood Harbor, common ground.
Well, then I will drive and remove it from common ground until I get the approval from the new board in 2022 or 2023.
Now, you guys can make that decision. It's not, the question is not whether or not, we've already approved you to put that on there. This board did give you approval to do that. Anything that's done on common ground, needs to come before the board.
Actually, no, it doesn't read covenants. No, it doesn't.
It's common ground, it needs to be
Yeah,
approved
which
by
the board maintains. I do not have to get the board approval to have
So-
any type of event.
Are you saying that anything that you want to place on common ground,
No, I'm not
permanent
talking
structure?
about that, no, I'm not
We're
talking
talking about the swing set, okay? So let's take it back to the swing set. We gave you approval to place a swing set on common ground. Anything that you place on common ground, like a permanent structure, anything like that, needs to be, routed through the board for
Yeah,
approval.
that needs to be
So
routed through the
That,
board.
that is all that we're saying.
Fundraisers
Any
and stuff like that,
fundraising
no, they
money,
do not.
fundraising money, you keep in a file, you keep a record of, that does not go into Oakland Harbor's funds, it's not associated with the funds. The only reason that, we're making sure that you have good records is because we sanctioned you to be our chairperson as fundraising chair. And so we just wanna make sure that this information, in case we're questioned by the IRS or anything, that it all adds up. And that way it doesn't come back on you or us. And so this is for your own protection too, that you keep good records and that the totals add up. But I'm concerned about this, there were witnesses that heard you say that this was donated and that you drove down to Texas to get it. Obviously, you spent money for the fuel, but you stated on this piece of paper, or you stated actually on what you posted online, that you paid $750 for it, and yet a witness heard you say that it was donated.
No, none of that was donated, plain and simple.
Okay, but again, a witness heard you say,
And
when,
which witness is that? Because I would love to have words outside of Daryl. No, Daryl donated his time putting it up along with Bob and Anthony.
right, but
And
when
that
he was
was
putting that up, I believe that's the time that
I heard her say.
that you said it was donated, so we're just questioning the difference there, because, obviously, if you were heard to say it was donated and then you stated and posted that you paid $750, that doesn't add up, and so that is what concerns us. The money, you keep that, whether or not you, we encouraged you to create a bank account for it, and some type of fundraising account, but if you wanna keep it in another safe place, that's up to you. And if you keep records in your files, we'd love to have a copy of it in our files, that's what other fundraisers have done in the past. Our current vote off effort, there are records in the files. It's not the board doing it, it's volunteers, but they've provided information, and like for the picnic, the volunteer, community volunteers provided information, this is how much, we made and toward this effort. So then we're just keeping good records, it just protects the fundraisers and protects the board in the event that we're questioned. So you're right, the fundraising money doesn't come into Oakland Harbor at all, and you can keep it however you want to. We're just encouraging you to keep good records, but again, we're questioning this discrepancy, and you're stating you paid for it, you were heard to say it was donated when Daryl was spending his volunteer time setting it up for you. And so,
The only thing that was donated technically would have been the time that my husband took to go down to Texas to get it.
okay, you also mentioned that you knew the fuel would not be reimbursed. You did not approach the board and ask.
That's because it was a waste of breath.
Well, and here's, the board, doesn't not take funds from Oakland Harbor that's paid by property owners to contribute to a fundraising effort. So that would have been the only reason. It wouldn't have been that we would not have wanted to help with that, but, you know, I know some board members did help with that effort. I know I bought $25 worth of raffle tickets, and I bought, $12 worth of duct tape for you to dunk Ted. So I don't know how many other tickets may have been purchased by board members, but we helped in that effort. And certainly you could have said, hey guys, can you help with fuel going down to Dallas? And I would have contributed gas money, and certainly other board members would have as well. So please don't say that you knew we wouldn't have done it when you didn't even ask, okay? So just to qualify that,
When I closed, on your list, you're showing that you had $390 available.
Yeah, that's all we have left after.
But if you was to add all that together, it's $570 deficit. How does that, those numbers, I mean.
No, we total, after what we spent on the playground equipment, we have 390 left.
You're taking the 750 from the 1140. But you're not subtracting any of this dump tank, food, or raffle ticket, or raffle from it. And none of that's
I've
being
already done this
deducted.
with multiple people, and I'm done talking about this.
Right.
I'm done talking about this.
Yes.
Since you made a motion to pay for them.
You want to turn the, want me to go ahead? Okay, go on.
I make a motion to revoke our what we got her on.
The chair, and again, it's not just to qualify that, motion, she's not a member of the board, it was just, a sanctioned position so that she could work with the board, to coordinate efforts.
She really feels no accountability to the board who gave her the chair, so. We have a motion to remove her from the fundraising chair.
I second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
There's been discussion about improving the ventilation of the bathhouses.
Okay. Yeah,
It,
that's my fault, because I didn't check it out. I don't know with the fence up there. So, if you do my ventilation.
All three of them? You said?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's my fault. I figured it was done, so.
there's, whether it's ventilated or not, it seems to me that we need to get the air moving better in there. Does anyone disagree?
No, we need to move.
I agree, they need to be comfortable, they shouldn't go into the bathhouses in the summertime and be so hot that after they take a shower, they need to take one again. So we need to do it in an affordable way to improve that ventilation, to move some cool air into that.
It was also suggested that we use the existing heating and air blower, but I took a look at that and it barely moves any air at all in there. I'm talking about causing practically a tornado in there with heavily circulating air. I've seen these blowers that you can even get at Walmart that will turn the air over like that. And so when you go inside, it'll feel like there's a wind in there. Does that sound acceptable to everybody?
There's an additional benefit to that too. If we can add more cool air in there and air blowing, then there won't be as much moisture. It's less likely to have the growth of mold. So I think that will help that problem as well.
Is there a way to buy one and mount it in the middle and duct it to each one? Instead of buy one for each side? Is that possible? Can we ask our the resident heat and airman? If we bought one of those, I was thinking about this a little ago. If we bought one of those blowers, can we mount it in the center of the room and then duct it to both sides? Is there a way to do that?
If I'm on the same page as Teddy, if you're talking about one of them big like round blowers,
The sheet at the bottom is just about
And then-
6 inches, 4
I
inches.
have one of those, it's pretty bulky and heavy.
yeah.
It seems like it would be difficult to run on both sides.
Yes, because it just blows straight out. What you would need is something that, I'd have to do some more checking, but something kind of like a window unit that, that you could take, put, say, go into the women's and then go into the men's or something like that. And then it would, exhaust out the back, but,
That sounds expensive, I was,
Right, we want,
keep it as cheap.
I know we're wanting to go cheap.
Simply putting a hole from the wet closet in the center, like putting a hole in the wall on each side,
Yeah,
and mounting one of these blowers directly in front of that, and air would stir on the inside, make it look nice.
well, yeah, you could, depending on the type of the blower that you get, you could do that in that little what's in the center part on both sides, blow it out. I don't think one would handle it.
okay.
Would you suggest, creating a hole in a register like that, down low or up high?
I would do it up high, because if you do it down low, it's just gonna be something to tear up.
And if you do it up high and mounting motors on each side like that, would you suggest mounting them from the ceiling to suspend,
Yes,
or
yes.
creating a little shelf on the other
Just
side of the
depending
register?
on the side, you know, we could dismantle it from the roof. Take low through here, there's the men's,
Okay.
do the same thing on the women's. Okay, and then also, I know we got vents on both ends that would help pull some of that heat out of that attic. I'm hoping it would. But if not, we could possibly look at later down the line, we could put in, I have a friend that has access to power turbines.
Okay.
Put one power turbine right in the center of the magnet, because it's all open from one side to the other, isn't it? And that's what I've been told.
Yes.
The power turbine would be mounted on the roof.
It would be mounted on the roof, and it has a thermostat, so if it gets so hot in there, it comes on and helps, draw that hot air out of the attic.
Would that be easy to steal for someone to climb on the roof?
Yeah.
Well, the reason I wanted to do it this way is because it puts the blower in a secured area.
Well, yeah, that's what I would do.
If it's on the roof, then somebody can climb up there and tear it out.
No, it's not, what I'm saying about a power turbine, yeah, go ahead and put the two blowers in there. But, you know, if we want to try to pull some of that heat up out of the
So you're
attic.
talking about pulling it out.
Yeah, just like, you know, kind of like wafer, you know, you got on your house.
Like our attic fan.
You know, not so much an attic fan, but your attic fan is what, because my son's got one in his house. Okay, you can open your windows, say, in the fall, when it's cool outside, and it sucks that cool air in, you know, that's why it's the attic. What I'm talking about is a exhaust fan that is mounted on the roof. You know, you can get them in different sizes. And then you just run your electric to it, and it's got a thermostat on it. And what it does is you set it at 80, 85, it gets up in there, then it starts drawing that hot air up out of the attic. Cause I've got one on my house plus two turbines, and wind turbines.
That is your ventilation, but, when I went into that bathhouse and saw how sweltering it is,
Yeah.
my thought was to get some air moving in there that you can.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that what you want to inside that little center area.
Pulling the air out from the roof. That would just, if you're close to one of the intake vents, then you can feel some air moving. But if you're inside and doing your thing in front of the mirrors or whatever, you don't feel anything.
Okay, but if you put it on the center, are you gonna want to put the vent over by the showers? Because, you know, depending on how
No, it's supposed to be
that's,
right above the sink, so you can have it right there in the room.
right there where the two sinks and the pillows are at.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If possible, maybe even angle it in such a way so that the air goes toward the showers.
Well, it should shoot straight across. If you put it up there high, it should shoot straight across.
Just have to look at it and see how we can mount it up in there.
Well, most blowers like that, like the kind that you get at Walmart, can be angled as well. So we can actually angle it down
Right.
as it's bent.
You can stand and blow dry.
Can you get us information and prices and stuff on
Well, we probably need to get on this
Yeah,
and get it done.
because summer is nearly over.
Yeah.
Can we, and is the suggestion to try it on one house to see how effective it is, and then if it works, to do the other
Yeah, let's do that,
houses?
we would have a lot of
I
money.
do this, I do this when I was here first, and this is the major one that gets most of the traffic. When you,
So you-
Also,
Is there a way to make it where when they turn on the, timer, it would turn on the blower? Can we-
yeah, if the timer is handling the amperage
what it would cost to accomplish this for one bathroom.
Each of these blowers, for a good blower, would be about $100, right?
If it's 100.
Then we have a little bit of ducting going from the blower into each side of the bathhouse.
Right, and
Maybe some sort of air register. How much are we looking
the
at?
ballpark figure. Probably be high, but I would say no more than to do. That one up there, I'd say no more than $500. That's just, it's probably high, it'll probably be less, but I don't know.
We're gonna have more than we need, so we don't have to come back.
Right, and say, hey, we need another couple $100 or something like
And
that.
then anything left over, we add back to the general fund.
Might just put it back in there.
So is everyone okay with this? Do we want to try it? And I'll need a motion to approve up to $500 for bathroom ventilation.
I will make that motion to approve up to $500 to improve the bathroom ventilation, testing the south side front bathhouse first to see how effective it is, and also to see if it will lower the temperature sufficiently to make it more comfortable for property owners to shower in certain facilities.
Is there a second?
Second.
I second.
Let's get a second and a third. We're almost ready to vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, let's make it 500 votes.
Thank you, sir, for your information.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, now that we have the equipment to do it, we need a plan for restoring the drainage to improve the roads, which is really why we all got on the board in the first place, to improve the roads. Darrell, have you had a chance to consider how to do this?
Well, I gotta get this thing in operation first. I've been pulling pipe out of the ground, off hillsides and everything else, widening roads, trying to get the ground put in them. And, I do not want to try to run any kind of water on somebody's land, because I don't want to end up having to deal with that. I already have this past couple of days, and I got that solved. So, until I get this tractor in operation, I'm just gonna have to wait and see how we wanna do this. I got some pipe I can play with until,
You mentioned before, it was starting at the lower end of the drainage
Yeah.
slope.
I'm gonna go at the bottom, I'm going at the bottom hill coming up. That's just like I have to do the roads, I have to start at the bottom, come up.
We're looking at that topographical map that shows the altitude throughout Oakland Harbor in the constant height lines.
Yeah. But,
Have you settled on a section yet to start with?
I'm gonna have to, I just know that these roads have been so messed up that it's gonna take some real work to get them straightened out. I've seen people trying to put ditches on high sides, and the water's still moving downhill. So, until I can actually get this machine out here working to actually start doing something, I don't know what I need to do. The one we just got.
And it's my understanding that what we're doing is we're having the O-rings replaced in a cylinder in Muskogee, and we think that that will be finished on Monday or Tuesday.
He was hoping so.
I had a new key starter switch ordered. I don't know if it's come in or not.
In-house, but it was, didn't we find that it was a loose wire?
There was a loose wire, but it was spark wire. And, that's all will be taken care of once we put that new key switch on. So, as far as the other tractor, I've talked to Deanna about ordering another set of skid plates for that maintainer, because it's in pitiful shape again. That road out there will eat up stuff like that.
So we have another volunteer to run the second tractor. So
Yeah.
you or they can work on the ditches and someone else can drain the roads. So we have two guys working at the same time. We had a resignation and we've considered a new board member. We had a chance to interview him.
First of all, we need to accept that resignation and say who it was. We need to accept that.
We received a letter of resignation from Paula Thompson. Need to have her removed from the bank records, so we need a motion to accept the resignation.
I'll make that motion that we accept Paula Thompson's resignation with gratitude for her filling in for this interim part of Tina's expiring term. Tina's term expires in April of 2022, and so Paula was filling that role, and so that will open up another position. We already have an existing position that was open prior to this, so this will create a second position. But one Rhonda's position will be open until April of 2023, and Paula's position was filling in for Tina, which will expire in April of 2022. So, again, make the motion to accept Paula's resignation with gratitude, especially helping me with the minutes while my hand, wrist, and arm have been injured.
All in favor?
I'm ready for the next. Okay, I make a motion that we accept, Melvin Wood. Melvin Wood to be our new board member, taking Rhonda's place. I make that motion.
I'll second that motion.
I need to say.
Oh, okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No.
You want to stay?
Go on in, Hilton. Welcome to the board.
And Melvin, thank you for all that you've already done, volunteer for the last year or two, for Oakland Harbor. We appreciate that.
Yes, we do.
For new business, it's been suggested that we have a community garage sale. I believe Renee's spearheading that.
And actually, one of our property owners suggested it, and I just shared his idea with the folks on Facebook. But the idea would be to have a community garage sale either up on the strip behind this front bathhouse on the south side, or under the shady area in the trees, to provide 10 by 10 spots for $20 per spot, and the property owner could display the items that they have. They could, bring a table up and set it up, and the property owner suggested maybe Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 3 days for that $20 fee, which we felt like would be reasonable. That fee then would be collected for our boat dock fund. The property owner would be, collecting anything that they made off the garage sale. Or if they preferred, they could donate their proceeds to the boat dock as well. That would be totally up to them. But the money that we would receive would be from the lot, or rather that 10 by 10 block space. Similarly to what Courtney did with the craft festival when she rented this
To
space.
be clear, it's not Oakland Harbor that would be collecting this money
No,
themselves.
exactly.
It would be the volunteers group.
Right, community volunteers, and it's been shared there and on Facebook as well, just to see. And this would be
This wouldn't require very much volunteerism. It would mainly be just, again, fundraising coming before the board saying, hey, we have this idea, and would you allow us to have it on common ground for the purpose of raising money for the boat dock? And so this is not, again, a board idea, this is
He's not
a,
the only one who said that, but at least two property owners have said that whenever they do have a garage sale, nobody can find it.
exactly.
So this way we'll have it right up front, and everybody can see it. It'll be in shade. So,
We've not had much feedback, I will share that, maybe 3 or 4 property owners who've said that they would like to buy spots for garage sale. The gentleman who suggested it said he would like to take 2 spots. So even if we have, only 4 property owners who participate, we still would be making about $100. If he buys 2 and then we have, 3 others that buy a spot, we would have, $100 to contribute to the boat dock fund. So every little bit helps.
I would also suggest that as far as either or, let people say you can have it out here, and or you can put your
Exactly.
over here, that way.
There's
Because
an
a lot of
option.
times people kind of enjoy going from one spot to another, to show off.
And they could put, we could put up a sign, community garage sale, that's coming from community volunteers, not from the board, that they could put up signs to direct, and it's easy to find. Property owners could also set up a table and have a bake sale if they wanted to use that to donate.
Had a property owner suggest that we have Oakwood Harbor Flea Market, name it the Oakwood Harbor Flea Market.
Well, and that would be, it would be a garage sale / flea market, we could call it flea market, we could even, and here again, I'm saying this as a community volunteer, not as a board member, we could advertise in the clicker, we could put a sign, out front, directing them back here, so it would draw other folks in as well.
As far as setting up booths, if there are people from other places, I would agree to do that. I think that would probably bring us in more money than just, what we have.
Good, so in the clicker, would you suggest that then?
Yeah, I
That
would
we say if you would like to, I hate to say purchase a spot, but if you would like to.
Join our community garage
Well,
sale.
yeah, if you would like to,
Buy a spot.
rent a space, or, and I know I try to avoid that word rent, because we're not allowed to rent
But
lots.
this-
But
but
this is renting a spot of common ground for the purpose of a fundraiser.
And it's
So-
not.
It's not
for
Oakwood Harbor.
It's
Right,
for fundraisers,
exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that's a great idea.
anybody else have an opinion on this? Do we want to allow it?
Absolutely, I think we should. Like I say, if we bring $100, that's $100 for the boat dock.
Exactly, yeah.
We're talking about possibly the 2nd week in October. That's before it really gets cold. We could always do this again in early spring as weather allows. To continue bringing in money for the boat dock, I believe the permit expires in May of 2022, so we'd have time to do at least maybe 1-2 other flea markets for that purpose. And then after we get the boat dock installed, then we can decide what, and I say we, not the board, that the community volunteers could decide what the next worthy goal would be to raise money for.
I would suggest on that flea market thing, no boats, cars, or campers.
Right.
I might want a camper.
I don't know, they'd have to buy a couple of spots to park.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be some money.
They could bring in jet skis or wet bikes.
Yeah.
I think they might do that, but we have to feed.
No livestock.
And they must take home their own stuff.
Yeah.
No leaving it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they would be responsible each night, and let's say we did have it, Ken's suggestion was the 3 nights, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, avoiding Sunday because Sunday is a day of worship, and we don't want to have people here if they would like to go to church. Is that okay? Volunteer suggested those days? So we're talking about October 7th, 8th, and 9th, Thursday, Friday, Saturday? Do we want to assign a time, like start time in the morning and in the evening?
I'll leave that up to
So the volunteers, okay, right.
If they vote, it's only gonna be to allow them to.
Do it, right, that's true.
Yeah.
I would like to make a motion that we support Ken Gramlich's idea to do an Oakwood Harbor flea market on October 7th, 8th, and 9th. That, people would be able to rent spaces of 10 by 10 feet, and that they would set up their own tables, and the money from that would be used by the Oakwood Harbor volunteers to go toward the boat dock.
Make a second. Yeah,
Yeah. All in favor?
she has to type it.
Okay, looks like it's a go. Is there any other new business?
Wasn't,
Deanna has
Deanna.
some
Oh, yes.
old business, I think, to.
Can you get the end of the
Thank you, Amy. Amy's our resident runner.
Deanna wanted to brief us on a couple items that are solely returnable and some news on the speed signs.
Edgar also said some people will set up with campers or utility trailers if they're to sell out of, which is true.
Gotta buy no space to park.
That's right, it's fine.
We do have, as far as old business, we do need to talk about the tractor and what the end cost was, and does it need to be an adjustment, et cetera.
What you got, Dean?
I got all kinds of stuff.
All kinds of stuff.
I didn't know we had another one, but can you all share, please? Here you go. Oh, no, wait, I've got somebody to make for it. You ain't gotta share. Okay, so the first one is the raffle and the picnic. We raised $207.50. Spent cost of $0 because David and Dwayne and Paula donated the raffle stuff, and Renee and you, Sherry, donated the food. So it was all profit, and I put that into the boat fund. On the second one is the boat fund, what we got. So we have $311.50 in there. Opened a bank account under community volunteers that I put the money into with a debit card so that it can be used for whatnot. I had to use my name and social security number, so I'm on the hook for it if anything. So y'all can guarantee that ain't nothing gonna be funky because I ain't. And you also need to, you can add $40 more to that, because last night a new homeowner came in, filled out her package, we were talking, and she donated $40, so.
Yay, thank you.
Yeah, so.
I understand Tina has been baking.
Baking, yeah, she's baking again.
And some more from
And
that.
that's, yeah, and if you'll see, that's how I I made it, who donated the money, how much it was, if I gave any of the money out, is what is in the red, the $1,000, which is John Hennessy went and got the medal for us, and then Edgar and Mona, and then our money from the raffle and picnic, and then Tina from the bread, and she is doing it again.
Yes.
And then I believe that she's doing Indian tacos, and she said she was gonna donate all that money to the fund also. And then the third one is just the beautification money that was raised, and who I give money out and stuff so that y'all can see where that money's at. But
And there's a file in the office for fundraising. Again, this is not associated with the board, but just
Right.
to, so that in
Just
case
to-
property owners
Yep.
ask, where did this money come from?
Yep.
How was it spent? I donated, how was my money
Yep.
spent? It's just for the purpose.
you're right,
of-
and I do have it on file too.
For those of you following us on Facebook, that this is an accounting for the raffle and picnic for the benefit of the boat dock. This is exactly the kind of accounting we needed for the Memorial Day event. So, that is what's going on right now. Jamie, you got something else?
Yep, I got a couple other things, just to update you on the speed limit road signs. I got back in touch with the lady from the commission, whatever her name. Jenna, is that her name? Yeah. So we couldn't get it from the company that she had said. They would not let us, so she suggested that you follow Print Company is who they use to get their stuff from too, also. But I went through Pretty Print here in Shakota, and I've got them on order. They said about a week and a half. I'm waiting for them to send me a picture on my phone so that I can proof it. It will say on all roads underneath it like you wanted. And they were $39.50 before tax, so $158 plus tax for the 4 slides. So I'm just waiting for him to send me the picture for me to say, yes, that looks good, and then we'll have them.
Okay, and then once
Just to be
we,
clear, did you just say that the company that the county sent us to for the signs won't allow us to buy them?
Right, because they are a nonprofit or something. I didn't understand, but they don't sell to individual. I guess they only do.
We are a nonprofit.
No, they are. So they would
Oh, the
take
company.
the company that makes the signs, and there's something in there that, so,
but it doesn't change the fact that the county commissioner did approve and sanction.
yes, the signs are still good. We just had to get them from a different place. And the ones from the Pretty Print are the ones that they do for the city of Shakota. So it's will be the same signs that would be there,
Okay,
because they do the city ones.
and then once you get, the bill for those signs, or once they're paid for,
Yeah.
then we can present that to the property owner who volunteered to pay for those signs, is that correct?
Yes, but we'll have to see if that's still good, because I was told that he put his property up for sale.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
so we'll be, if he is not going to support
Yeah.
that, then, how much money?
It was $158 and then whatever the taxes on that, he didn't tell me complete price. It was $158 plus whatever tax is on $158. So probably $10, $12 for taxes.
And then once the signs are actually in place, when maintenance puts them up,
Mhm.
then at that point, we
Take them
provide.
to the sheriff, take the letter to the sheriff.
Copy of
Yes.
that letter. And then-
And which we need to, I don't know if you guys can write a letter or not, because I talked to a sheriff, and he said that there are people out there, they're having homeowners come in and tell them that they don't want them out here, yada, yada, yada. So we need to, as a board, because I basically told the sheriff, I said, well, that's probably all the people that are breaking the law, that don't want you to be out here. But the board and the majority of homeowners want you to come out here more, because we're tired of the people that are,
Well, this is the
It doesn't matter what
reason,
the residents say to the
Yeah.
police. We have the authority
I know.
to regulate everything common ground.
yeah. And I know, and that's what I tried to tell him, but I mean, that's just, so maybe if there's a letter or something, when I present the letter, when we send the letter saying that the commissioner said that our roads could be monitored and whatever, for speeders or whatever, maybe if there's a letter saying something of that we do want you here in our,
and remember, at the beginning, we made the motion to proceed with this because property owners, so many property owners approached us and said, do something about our
Right.
speeders. We don't want people speeding down the street, our children are out playing, our grandchildren are out
Right.
riding bikes, and this person's going 50 miles an hour rather than our park policy, which was 15 miles an hour. So it's at the request of property owners
I know, that's
that we
what,
are doing this, and so it's just a few who don't want the speed limits, enforced, I guess,
Right.
out here.
What else you got?
other thing I got is, when Warren gets ready to do the cleanup on the lots of people that we find, the sheriff said give them about a 2-day call ahead and let them know when we were going to the properties, if we felt the need for it, said that they would come out. So, I'm just waiting on when it, and then 2 days prior to the date, we called him. The other thing is the lid over on the north side, because he said it would be probably the beginning of October before he can get out here, because he's got several people out with COVID So he's down and they're in the middle of a school project because it took too long for us to get back to him. So he said probably around the 1st of October, he would have that wood made. And I think that's it.
What about those 12-volt solenoids, you're gonna check and see if you can return it?
Yeah, Kim.
Can't?
Even for restocking fee?
Yep, because it's been, they were ordered almost a year ago.
Okay.
So,
Can we,
Well, maybe we can still use them.
that's what maybe you guys can figure out.
Sell them in the garage sale.
So,
Yeah, what can we clean out of the office for the garage sale?
yeah.
Okay, then.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Deanna. Great
Is
job.
there any more new business?
Old business, again, the tractor.
What about it?
We made a motion last month to purchase the tractor and the box blade, and we made, that motion for, I believe, a total of $11,000, which would include the purchase of the tractor and the backhoe.
And we went over by.
And we went
500.
over by, how much?
500.
500. So we need to rectify that. And also just to clarify, the box blade and the tractor came from the same source, and they have been used, the backhoe, I'm sorry, the backhoe and the tractor have been used together for the last 20 years.
Yeah, I mentioned that in the announcements.
Yes,
Okay, all right.
I need a motion to approve the $500 cost overrun for the tractor purchase.
I'll make that motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that's all records. Is there any more new business? No?
Oh, I knew that. Were we gonna discuss that again with Christian at all? Or, I mean, I don't know. Or we can table that. I mean,
I got one more thing. I know y'all set me up on the Mount of Rock, but I could use some more.
Every day.
I've got a road down here, I got cheap in,
how many for
We have so many roads that require repair, and taking care of them on a priority, which ones are the worst first. And I know that, you're limited on what you can do by the amount of rock that we have there.
and the north side over there, there's 3 streets over there, Ash.
Yeah, okay. And so if we approve extra rock, it is for, like a one-time thing this particular month, not an ongoing budget increase, right? And
I know, but I'm just saying, there are streets out there to be fixed, and you're limiting me with finding roads right now, so I'm gonna have to stop until I can get some more to work with. Because dragging that maintainer out there on that road, the way it is to drive, and having to work with, it just eats it up.
Sherry, Mr. Treasurer, can we afford to provide more rock so that Daryl can?
He's used his limit right now for this whole month. And we had a hard time getting it.
We do have the funds because of his gracious volunteerism.
Yes.
We have the funds to do that. I think we need to get those, I think we need to do what we can, busy while it's dry right now.
How
Yeah.
much can we do?
We're doing 5 right now. What do you need? Need 5, need 3 more? 5 more. I know you call it 3 a week.
I can work with 3 more right now and hold off until I can go back down to 5.
Okay, well,
Okay, because I know this stuff costs money.
It does, but it's necessary. We want, as somebody mentioned earlier, I think one of the primary reasons that all of us wanted to be on the board was the roads. We want to improve the condition of roads. So,
That's the biggest one, right? So,
and I think, Beverly, you also mentioned, that, and Sherry just reiterated, because of Daryl's volunteerism,
It's probably in what,
About 4 more months.
about 4 more months.
So in the amount of time you've already volunteered, and 4 more months of volunteerism, your time will have paid for the tractor and backup.
The treasurer has already given us an amount we can go, so what I need is a motion.
I make a motion that we allow 3 more loads of rock this month to, try to get these roads in proper order.
Second.
All in favor? No opposed.
And Daryl, again, thank you for that volunteer.
Yes.
That has allowed our budget to be able to get what we need in order to fix the roads.
Is there any more new business? Is anyone signing in the gallery to speak?
Do you have anything?
You have anything, Amy?
Okay, then. I'll entertain a motion to end this meeting.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Oh, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, the next meeting will be,
Oh, yes, next
So,
meeting.
next.
Maybe the 16th?
The 16th.
I think,
The 16th, I have a wedding. If we could make it the 23rd.